Friday night, during this newscast, we aired an exclusive interview I did with the Riviera Beach police chief. We showed it in its entirety and promised we would fact check what Clarence Williams had to say. For that, we turn now to Contact 5 investigator Wanda Moore with our continuing coverage of a city in turmoil. Wanda.
Michael, you pressed Police Chief Clarence Williams about his role at a secret meeting on September 28th here at Hurst Chapel. Now, what he told you and what he told me back then, right after that meeting, does not match up.
I'm prepared to make a motion.
8 days after Riviera Beach City Council suddenly fired its city manager, sources told me about a secret invitation-only meeting at Hurst Chapel. Those same sources confirmed those in attendance, including 2 council members who voted to fire Jonathan Evans, talked about the public outcry and how to make sure Evans did not get his job back. On Friday, Chief Williams said this.
That is not what happened at all at the Hurst Chapel meeting. It was a meeting of citizens who were attempting to move the city forward.
But immediately after that 2-hour-long meeting on September 28th, the chief said this to me.
I don't know anything about the contents of a meeting, so and why would you walk up to the police chief and ask him a question that I just arrived?
So, oh, you just arrived? Yeah. Because we saw you get in earlier, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, I've come and gone, and you couldn't have seen me.
In fact, my photographer and I waited outside Hurst Chapel during the meeting, and we did not see Chief Williams leave. And then there is this claim by the chief.
My role in that meeting was making certain that the council members were safe.
Again, that contradicts what Chief Williams told me that night. So you just happened to be here?
Yeah.
As part of my WPTV investigation, we worked to verify what the chief said, that he was providing security despite the fact he was not in uniform. Per policy, a CAD or dispatch number has to be created every time an officer provides any kind of detail. Through that CAD number, the agency can keep track of which officer is where with what equipment. But the night of the Hurst Chapel meeting, no CAD number exists. Yet the chief insisted on Friday.
The persons that were there and in that meeting would tell you that my function in and out of that meeting or around that meeting had to do with that.
I spoke to several people who attended the meeting. They tell me the chief not only participated in the meeting, he also called and invited people to join the conversation. The day after the Hurst Chapel meeting, I talked to Tommy Walker, who wanted to take part in the meeting.
And as soon as they saw me, Chief Williams came over to me. And we stopped right there, and I tried to scan the room and see who else was in there, but he was directly in front of me. So I looked at him and I said, well, I guess this don't look like a meeting that I'm supposed to be in. And he looked at me and he said, you're right, Mr. Walker. We shook hands. I turned around and left.
It's also important to note when 2 or more city council members are at a meeting discussing city business and that meeting is not open to the public, that violates Florida's sunshine law. As I reported previously, the state attorney's office said that they're keeping a close eye on the situation. We're live in Riviera Beach. Wanda Moore, WPTV News Channel 5.